Good afternoon and welcome to one of a series of version 1 Oracle ERP Cloud webinars for 2017. Just to rapidly introduce myself and give you a bit on my background, my name is Andrew Galsworthy and I've been working in supply chain management for about 18 years now. I started off with 14 years in Oracle JDEdwards support. Well, it wasn't Oracle at that point, but it is now, doing manufacturing and distribution. And then I did 3 years as part of the Oracle SCM Cloud support team. And most recently, a year as part of the BMS SCM Cloud consultancy team. Now, let me give you an agenda for this webinar. So, in the interest of keeping to the timeline on this, there isn't a Q&A session as such, but I have included my email address on the last slide, so feel free to email me with any questions you might have and I'll try and answer them for you. So let's get started. So starting with, I'll just give you a quick introduction to BMS and version 1 and the combined entity. Then move on to some of the business challenges faced really by businesses when coming to what are the issues facing them in the data management space. Next, I'll do an overview of Product Hub and what the value proposition is for it, and followed on by just give you a high-level business solution and the Product Hub offerings, different levels of Product Hub, followed on by a Product Hub feature comparison and just a visual view of the architecture of Product Hub as it integrates with itself and other systems. And the last one, of course, will be just a next step slide, which will have my email address on it. So let's start. Let me briefly tell you about the combined Beauly Mill software version 1 experience. This is basically the combination of BMS and version 1 has created a company with really enormous breadth and depth, which allows the company to give guidance on solutions spanning all major products really, and especially all the different solutions that fall under the Oracle banner. That going from JDEdwards right through to the newest Oracle Cloud applications. So really, here's the combined capabilities and experience with Beauly Mill software and version 1 together. So in summary, we have version 1 brings the e-business and cloud application experience, and now adding JDEdwards through BMS into the mix. This allows the combined company to offer even more value to all customers. They're able to advise on solutions involving multiple products from multiple vendors. This means ensuring that the best solutions are given regardless of the tech base. So people get to get the solutions that really fit their business regardless of the different companies providing the solution. As you can see, there's a number of companies and universities, that University of Birmingham and Bournemouth implemented cloud, and BMS has done JDEdwards at KP Snacks, Hanson, but many others. But also you can see some of they're all Oracle Platinum partners and some of the awards for both companies. So let's move on to the key topic. So what's really the problem that we need to address here? The main problem, of course, is being data integrity, maintaining a correct set of details for items when the same item is potentially used in different parts of a company. Indeed, typically the most common situation is multiple systems. Sometimes as a consequence of mergers, acquisitions, companies can suddenly find themselves, through no real fault of their own, trying to coordinate data in multiple ERP systems with multiple order entry systems. Basically, they've got duplicates of systems and they have to put them all together, which of course leads to a mishmash of different systems, all with different technologies, which were never designed to really communicate together. Of course, this means that the system gets incredibly complicated with multiple custom integrations to get one system talking to another, and then possibly a completely different integration to another system trying to take in and use that data. So it gets very, very difficult to maintain and is highly bespoke at that point. So here is really a snapshot of the consequences companies face due to this. So really, if you add it all up, 88% of customers can't trust their data. This is best summarized by this independent research, which highlights the key implications with inefficiencies and penalties, which in the end can even result in the permanent loss of customers, which of course is to be avoided. So moving on to some of the business challenges. Now there are a number of challenges ranging from product data residing in many systems to difficulties in providing product data to trading partners and customers. I'm not going to read every single one of these, but let's just take a couple of examples here. So one of the challenges, one example of this being a lack of, in the current system, lack of security and workflow around product data. Of course, if you then have that, then you can, with proper security and approval, data quality goes up, which leads to better product detail, then faster item availability, and of course in the end, higher sales, which is what we're trying to achieve. So really, where does Oracle ERP Cloud Product Hub sit? Well, really the answer is in the middle. You can take product information from any system, clean and verify the quality of it, and then share it with any other system. To be fair, it doesn't even have to be an Oracle product. You could link all sorts, basically all of them together as you want. So value proposition for Cloud Product Hub. What we have here is a product function, a capability, and a value. So the first product function being effectively Product Hub is a one-stop shop for all information relating to product data. And as a capability, you have the ability to create new fields for product information directly in the system without really the costly need to modify forms or database tables, which incur their own issues with customization. And of course, the value being that all data comes from the same place, so it's consistent for everybody who needs to use it downstream. So effectively, you can create your own rules and verify and even enhance the data automatically to make sure that what you have in your database in your single source is correct and fully developed, as it were. So what's the next product function really of Product Hub is that it's a one place for all your rules and procedures for item management across an entire company. This capability means that you have very flexible item management, both for initial product definition and changes and approval workflows to support all these business flows. And the value being, of course, that you can create clean product data as all data goes through the same processes each time, thus reducing any risk as everything's going through the same paths, and make sure that what you get out the other end is truly correct. So the last one, of course, is does have superior product data quality. So it's advanced product data quality and also has semantic sort of capability to make sure what's written is well, all the data standardization is done, so all the correct terms are being used. So the capability is that it has an embedded best-in-class data quality engine. It does real-time, it says deduplication, which basically means you don't double up on the same item being called multiple things. So it's fast and accurate, running in real time to make sure no product duplication occurs and that all product information is in a standard format. So everything is in the right format with the right terms being used. So of course the value being that all your product data that is passed on down to your distributors and customers from this is actually correct, and to other parts of the company, of course. So what is the high-level business solution here? So all the processes here are actually process-driven. They're not modular. They're built on a process. So at a high level, you have the product life cycle from start to finish as the process. So all the features here are essential for managing your product information and makes the user experience simple and easy logical interaction as it's built to follow a process rather than a mishmash of different modules. But it still provides the level of control and reporting that you need as a business in the cloud arena. So the time frames here are related to the flavors of Product Hub for implementation. Literally, Product Hub has a vast amount of functionality, which is not really all useful to all customers, of course. So what we've done is create some tailored packages with different customer focuses. So the most straightforward, so really there are three, as you can see, there are the three packages here. We've gone from an entry level to a mid-tier and then an advanced option that includes a lot more. So the entry level package has it's the most straightforward version really of Product Hub with the least configuration required. So that would include standard Product Hub to store simple item data with a simple item class management system. So you don't have an huge breakdown of items into different classes, but it's all there to be, you can put all your item data in. Included in this is a new item creation workflow, a simple new item creation workflow with the approvals to go with that, definition to go with that. And it is built in to the system for the management of well, product definition really. So in what steps you go through to actually fill in the detail regarding your items. Also that includes predefined security roles that are set up already, and the standard report definitions. And also it does include the built-in standard data publication option. So that's the downstream, so you can publish out to other systems. The mid-tier one includes all of the entry-level package plus more advanced item definition with extra definable item detail fields. This is really something that's included here called extensible flex fields. And literally you can, these are fields that you might not already exist as part of the product specifications, but you need them as part of your business. And you can define extra fields. That means you don't actually have to customize forms as such, because the functionality to add extra fields is already included. Also as part of the mid-tier is offering is the ability to, well, is that we will define more item classes and break down your items into different classes so that you can define different definition rules for different classes of item, and also different catalog definitions for those items. Also as part of the mid-tier you have the product rule definition, which effectively you have two types of rule. You can create a validation rule or or a rule to add more data in. So as data comes into your system, you can have your own custom rules to check that data and give your own error messages. And based on the data coming in, you can add more data based on those. So if a couple of fields come in with something, you can then say in the next field, put this in. So you can that's part of the mid-tier offering. But also a key feature of the mid-tier offering is the ability to create and, well, we'll define item change management rules. So that includes the workflow for item changes and the supporting approval routes for those workflows as well. And this option, we've actually included some training hours as well, typically 2 hours with a maximum of about 7 users. The last option here, package 3, is an advanced option. So effectively, this is all of the 2 previous options, the entry level and the mid-tier, and also definition of style items, normally for the garment industry, t-shirts in different sizes and colors, and matrices for those, as well as pack item definition, which is effectively you can track items in different packaging sizes from boxes to crates and track those through as items themselves. Also, as part of the advanced package, we define the more advanced data quality engine, the semantic data engine, which then does the extra standardization that you can define within the system. This is called EDQP. It's a product that was integrated with Oracle, best-in-class data quality engine. So next part included is a product hub portal for vendors to upload their own data. So we will configure the product hub portal, and effectively you give templates out to your vendors, and they then fill them in, and then they go and they upload them through the vendor portal, and they run, and that data, product data, is then run into the system, and it respecting all the rules and all rules you set up, and goes through all the quality, so that it's almost a completely automated step, really, so you don't actually have to have someone sitting there. So also part of this package is configuration of links for the GS1 GDSN network, which is Global Data Synchronization Network. This is a series of databases around the world to synchronize product master data, and Product Hub has the ability to link into those, and the configuration for that is included as part of package 3. This option includes more training hours due to extra system functionality, so typically 4 hours with a maximum of 10 users. So Oracle Product Hub can be fully integrated with JDEdwards or any other system really via choice of methods. So you can either use Excel spreadsheets using a file-based loading system, so load data into Excel spreadsheets and upload those spreadsheets into Product Hub, run the jobs to bring that data into the base tables, into the central tables. Another integration point would be, of course, CSV or XML file upload. What you can do is you can set up mappings based on where the data is coming from, and you can actually import CSV and XML files in the specific template that matches the maps, and that will run the data into the base tables through the batch processing, but all the mapping's done for you. So you just have the CSV file in the right format and the XML, or the XML, and you just run the batches and it will bring it in doing the mapping based on the mappings you set up. The last one is the tightest integration using Product Hub's full set of web services. Basically, you can almost automate your item data manipulation, as it were, through web services. These are in fact the same web services that other Oracle products use to communicate with Product Hub. So, and these are fully open to use from outside. So you can call them all. But the beauty of all these systems is that all the user security is respected no matter which of these entry points you use. And these are maintained by Oracle and will remain standard. So you can, once you've defined it, you can be fairly certain they won't change in a major way, and they will be maintained. Of course, the other end of the spectrum is the Product Hub really creates a standard XML, so it can, when publishing item data, allowing for the easy consumption of item data by other systems down the line. So a standard XML comes out, and that can be passed into any other downstream system. So here's a rather large comparison matrix showing how Product Hub can really augment your existing system, as it were. So as you can see, Product Hub has an enormous amount of functionality and has potentially extra features that you might not have in your existing system. So really, Product Hub can, as an integration, can plug into your existing system. You don't have to throw it away, and you don't even need any extra hardware because it's a cloud-based solution. So you can plug it in, and you'd actually have all this extra functionality on top of your existing system without having to rip anything out. As you can see, there's a lot of functionality. I won't go through each one of them, but there's a lot of functionality in here. I'll go through some stuff. But okay, so here's effectively the visual representation of Product Hub. So on the left-hand side here, you can see the input from ERP systems. They have multiple tables, and these then go into Product Hub as source systems. And you can set up different settings for different source systems. But in the end, all these source systems feed into the central tables of Product Hub. So some of the methods of getting data in. So we have the Excel spreadsheets where you can do that. You have the web services. You have the CSV and the XML route, or of course you do have UIs you can use to bring that data in. And then of course it goes into the central tables, and there are the product rules you can set up, the data quality setup as well. You have new item requests and change management, so that's the workflows related to new item definition and change definition for items. And versioning is part of items too. So when you do make changes, you can schedule those changes based on versions, and all that is covered in security right down to the base level, really. And of course, all this has a built-in data analytics, really. So the data is fully available for all analytics, and it's seamlessly integrated, really, because it's integrated directly into Product Hub, so you don't actually have to do anything extra. It's actually already there. So here's what the forms themselves look like. Let me take you through it, because it's rather a lot on the screen. So each area is divided into work areas with dashboards. So effectively, you have one for inventory, one, all the different areas: inventory, Product Hub, whichever area it is, it will have a work area attached to it. So when you initially come into a work area, you kind of have an overview tab. So on this overview, you have at the top, you have a work list where you get messages for, say, new item, as you can see, from new item requests. from definitions. So all those messages would be routed to this. In this case, it's this particular user, but routed to them. Then you have pending activities, things that need to be done, and towards the bottom of the box there you have, well, things that sort of the asynchronous requests. So in this case we're talking about jobs that have run. So we're talking the ESS batch jobs, and you can go directly from here and you can see exactly what might have gone wrong and go directly into the error messaging without having to go anywhere else. So this is initially from the first screen, so you can very quickly get to the data you need to see. So we have a task box on the left-hand side, which actually in later releases actually on the right-hand side, but it is a pull-out which lists a whole load of tasks that literally all these tasks are related to security roles. So so the user who's logged in will only be able to see links for the tasks they're allowed to do, and from the first screen they can get into any of the tasks they need to do at item level. So basically the fewest number of clicks to get to where they need to actually do the work. So at the bottom right here we have some of the analytics, the embedded analytics that you can drill into, and there's all manner of analytics you can create, and those are there, and there's pie charts, there's graphs, there's block diagrams, there's pretty much everything you need to see what's happening with your data, and it's all easily accessible. So this is basically once you're in a task, you can then see you have the main form in the middle. So in this case we're in the create item or manage item form, as it were, and you can see there's an easy access action menu which you can get all the actions that are available for that particular screen, which means that you can very quickly do your job effectively in Product Hub. And to speed things up during item creation, there is a sort of pop-up right at the beginning where you can enter a few extra details. You can say exactly what you want to do, number of items, you can put in item classes, and there are item templates as well, which you can set up. You can set up as many as you like, but those will have you might have set up specific specifications that the user doesn't want to have to enter endless pages of specifications each time for values that might be the same each time for whether it's a finished good or a purchased item or otherwise. Now, well, just before I finish, I wanted to just add a couple more Oracle products which complement Product Hub. So in this case we have innovation management, which is the process of turning an idea into an item. This is basically the management of the flow of ideas. You take the fuzzy logic of ideas at the front and allow different users to add details, add requirements, specifications, and then create concepts, and then create proposals. And there's a full set of metrics there that can be, well, checked and set up and checked, so that only the right ideas make it through to the product portfolio in the end. So that try and reduce the risk of basically taking through items through innovation into the database that might not work. So this is a way of hopefully reducing that risk. The other product I wanted to just highlight is product development. So effectively this is a visual dashboard to create and manage changes in structures. So let's say bills of material. So this is a way of verifying and checking statuses of changes and prioritization so that the right changes occur at the right time. So that makes sure that any kind of the critical changes are done first, and less critical ones are done later, making sure that the right changes are done at the right moment in the product life cycle. So that's it really. So thank you very much for taking time out of your day. I know it's just before Easter to attend this presentation, and I hope that this has given you some food for thought on Product Hub. If you'd like more information and think Oracle Cloud Product Hub may be of benefit to your company, please feel free to get in contact with me. My email address is at the bottom of the slide there. I'll also be at the JDEdwards masterclass in Birmingham if you want to speak to me in person. Anyway, thank you very much for attending.